Hello, and welcome to Southern Scoop. I'm Erin Navarro.
And I'm Jasmine Gonzalez. There have been many new changes here at South.
For instance, did you hear about the gate they put up in the parking lot behind the field house?
I did, and everyone seems to be talking about it.
Well, our own Ray Mendoza got to the bottom of this story.
We are having a lot of changes here at Arlington South, like new schedules, new lockers, new paint, and new faces. But have you seen the new addition in the back? The Harlingen South has added an electrical fence to the east parking lot for two reasons. One is that it is a faculty and staff parking lot, not a student parking lot. The other reason is for the safety of the Harlingen South Hawk Band students that practice on the parking lot to have no vehicles while they practice. It is a concern that many parents have for their students. The electric gates will be open Monday through Friday before school to allow parents to drop off students. The gates will be closed at 8:15 a.m. Reporting for Southern Scoop, I'm Raimundo Mendoza.
In addition to the gate, another change that has been placed are the lunch lines in the cafeteria. Now there are 3 different lines for the 3 different types of food that are being served. This has been confusing for many, and I got to the bottom of the story. For many, this year began with more confusion than others because of the many changes here at South. One of those changes is the lunch line system. For those of you who don't know, lunch lines are now divided into the 3 different types of food that you are being served. There's a pizza line, a home-style cooking line, and a burger line. Many of the students were not aware of this change until they received their food the first day.
The day that I showed up on the line, that was the burger line, and I don't even like burgers, so I was kind of bummed out about that. I didn't know about it.
No, I didn't know. Like, I had no idea. That's crazy. I had no idea that the lunch lights that were different. Like, wow.
I did not know about that line. I didn't even know they did that. I think it's funny they do stuff like that.
So you'd better pay attention when you get into line, or you might be getting into the pizza line when you want a Chinese. Reporting for Southern Scoop, I'm Jasmine Gonzalez, and that's the Jazz.
Well, it seems like the students are still confused about those lines, but another thing that's troubling them is a rumor that's spreading quickly.
You must mean the rumor about cell phone usage during lunch. I just heard that one myself.
I did too, but no one seems to be sure if it's true or not. I got to the bottom of this story. Check it out. Rumor has it that cell phone usage is allowed during both lunch periods. Sadly, that rumor is completely false. According to pages 14 and 15 of our student handbook, the rule states that the usage of any electronic device is prohibited. But do the students know this is just a rumor?
One of my classmates told me about the cell phone usage during lunch, and I think it would be pretty cool. We could listen to music. It is during our own free time. We're not during an instructional period, so that'd be pretty cool.
If you have any questions about cell phone usage, reference your student handbook or contact an administrator. For Southern Scoop, this is Erin Navarro.
It's that time of year again. Senior favorites have just been announced.
You know, I thought that senior favorites weren't announced until later in the year.
They usually are, but that's another change that happened here at South, and our own Jacob Stryker found out why.
The senior class was in for a big shock because they were surprised with the senior class favorite election during the senior lock-in instead of in the middle of the year like they usually do. I sat down with Miss Gavan to get the scoop.
The reason why is that with the new bell schedule, it's kind of a shortened time. Everything is rush, rush, rush. We want to give the kids enough time to really think about it. So we decided that senior lock-in is when all the kids that want to vote and want to participate and want to have all the fun that they're going to be having, you know, that night at senior lock-in, they go ahead and vote because they have 2 hours. They have a whole 2 hours to decide, go over there to a computer. We're doing it computerized now, and they can go ahead and vote. So that's really the reason why, is, you know, the time factor. We used to do it during lunch, and now we have a shorter lunch period. So there's not a whole lot of time for a student to sit down with a ballot, think, and then before they know it, their lunch is over. They haven't had a lot of time to fill out the ballot completely. So it's all about timing. The kids that miss the vote, they don't get to vote. I mean, they didn't have to be there to be nominated, you know, but they had to be there to vote. So again, we emphasize that if you really want to be a part of senior favorites, next year, and thereafter, then you make sure that you're at senior lock-in so that you can participate. That's what senior lock-in's about. It's about seniors getting together and doing things as a class anyway, so just be there to vote.
Thank you. I'm Jacob Schrecker reporting for Southern Scoop.
OCS, or on-campus suspension, has always been in its own secluded building nearby. However, this year it's been moved to one of the classrooms indoors. Why? Well, our own Trini Becerra found out.
Many students may have noticed that the OCS on-campus suspension class is no longer in the outside portables. It is now room 103. I spoke to Ms. Moore, assistant principal, and she stated the reason for moving OCS was more convenient and for the safety of the students. The main reason kids are in OCS is because dress code violation, bad attitude, and using electronics. The best way to avoid OCS on-campus suspension is to follow the rules and behave yourselves. Reporting for Southern Scoop, this is Trini Becerra.
Well, that's all for this edition. I'm Jasmine Gonzalez.
And I'm Erin Navarro. See you next time
On
on Southern
Southern
Scoop.
Scoop. Hawk Pride, a step above.